Hello everyone, my name is Giovanni Wright. Today I'll be discussing Fredric Jameson. I've never quite read anything like what he wrote before. The text was like really difficult, like painfully difficult. I could barely find any sort of information, any sort of videos on it. In the video that I got, I don't know how well like you guys are gonna be able to understand it. I felt like I had to include a video because I feel like it would help progress things along. I tried looking for like proper videos to explain his point of view and stuff like that, but apparently it is so difficult that the only videos that show his point of view or his stances or explanations of the article that we're gonna be talking about today, the only videos that show that are like an hour 40 long. They're basically like college lectures from like Harvard and stuff like that, where people just rambling on about the stuff for like a good hour, almost 2 hours, and I don't think we have the time to do that, so we're just gonna skip it. So yeah, let's get right into this. The article that that I'll be explaining today, or that we'll be talking about today, is on interpretation. It's like I said, it was a difficult article, but some of the stuff that he was discussing was like, I've never heard of some of these words before. Like, I never heard of postmodernism before and stuff like that. When I was doing research about him, I saw postmodernism and all of this stuff and structuralism. I don't even know what structuralism is. I've never even heard of I think I've heard of it before, but I never knew what the definition was, right? And like, I don't know. This guy, he's like really political, he's fearless. He's he he's a very smart guy to say that. I mean, clearly. Okay, I'm just rambling. All right, let's go. So, Fredric Jameson was born April 14th, 1934 in Cleveland, Ohio. He went to Yale briefly in pursuit of a doctoral degree, and then he attended Haverford College in 1954. He's best known for his analysis of cultural trends such as postmodernism, capitalism, and Marxism. He was a literary critic, philosopher, and Marxist political theorist. He traveled Europe studying various European cities where he learned of new development in continental philosophy, another word I've never heard of before, and the rise of structuralism. He was briefly a teacher at Harvard in the first half of the 1960s. Some of the things that influenced Fredric Jameson's interest in Marxism were the Cuban Revolution and his political connection with the New Left and pacifist movements. So Jameson supported the theory of postmodernism, and postmodernism focused on the realities of an individual, denying the notion that certain ethical statements or decisions are true for all people. An example of that would be not all people seeing stealing as a negative action. Jameson was a Marxist theorist, which meant that he didn't agree with the idea of a capitalist society or the difference in power between the working class and the capitalists that profited off of them. He believed that everyone should strictly just be on even ground, which is not such a bad idea, but I'm not a communist though. I'm not a communist. I don't, I try not to, get or speak much about politics. We'll get into it later. Okay. So when talking about Fredric Jameson, one of the big words that come up is political unconscious, and I scoured the internet for as much as I could find on this, and I could not find anything that could give me a clear and decisive definition. So I just decided to define what political consciousness is and go from there. Political consciousness is essentially one's political state of mind. This state of mind is dependent solely on an individual's awareness of politics, their position in a modern political system, and history itself. Jameson believed that political unconsciousness and literature went hand in hand because literature ties into the historical changes in the structure of capitalism. In the article, Jameson stood on the notion that history, culture, and literature affect and maybe even construct individuals' senses of themselves and in turn their political um, unconsciousness. In the political unconscious, Jameson opposed the idea that literary creation can take place away from its political context. He states the importance of the political and analytical interpretation of literary texts and how it is the life of reading and understanding. Our understanding of things is influenced by experience that we inherit in our culture's interpretive tradition, and we use that to comprehend what we read. Marxism is a big factor in all of this because it perceives history as a single collective narrative that connects both past and present. Um, so it seems as though Jameson thinks Marxism has the power to settle historical and political disputes. He believes that there is a divide in society, in the many classes that separate us in our roles. He talks about how these roles categorize us as oppressors and oppressed. The power struggle between these categories often result in what he deems as a revolutionary reconstitution of society. It makes sense that he believes Marxism to be the single fundamental thing that can create some form of collective unity which supports the important political consciousness. Important political unconsciousness, I should say. I'm sorry. Jameson talks about individuality briefly. He says that outside the influence of social and the looming presence of history, an individual can find peace, whether it be in the words of a text or from the pursuit of working on yourself, which he refers to as the project of salvation. The only way you can be free of these constraints, these shackles of looming history and influential social, is to accept that there is nothing that is not social and not historical. But in fact, you must accept that everything is political. That kind of, I don't know about you, but that when I heard that last sentence, like it really hit me. Like everything is political. I mean, in a way, it kind of makes sense, but like I don't think I'm as smart as this guy, so I don't really understand that per se. But yeah, that was it for me. We have the video. I don't know, like I tried my best with the video. I scoured the internet to find good videos and stuff, but I could only find one. And to say it's good is like, to say it's good is an overstatement, to be honest. But we'll watch a video in class. So hi, future me. We'll watch the video in class, and we'll see what you guys take of it or make from it, and we will answer the discussion questions. But I really hope that you guys enjoyed this as much as I did. This was nice. This was therapeutic in a way, and I'm just rambling now. But take care. I'll see you guys in the future.